In this video, we are going to learn about the including functions provided by the PHP. So let's jump into it. I'm gonna remove all this and let's create some example here. I'm gonna open the HTML markup here. Title, we can say test. And in the body, we need header. This is header. We take div with the class of content. We take footer. So now let's just place this form inside our content and let's call it register. I'm gonna save it, and you know what, let's create another file in our course. Let's copy this file and we will gonna call it register. Then copy this file again, login, and open all these files. And in here, this form, let's remove ink type because for login we do not need any ink type. And it is just a demo. We are not going to build registration and login, just giving you the real life example so you understand better. This is login, this is registration, and here let's just remove this form and simply add two links. Login here. So if I save here, come back to my test, refresh, you can see we have a little bit of structure here. Let's add some styling. I assume that you already know about HTML and CSS, so I'm gonna just fast forward it with just a little bit of example. Header, we are accessing this CSS selector with 100%. Background color would be, let's say, red. Text align, center, font size 26 pixel, and we will gonna apply the same for the footer. And now we will gonna access the class content, and we will gonna copy all this, paste it here. Height would be auto because we do not know how long every page content will be. Background color green, and let's say 16 pixel. Save it, come back. Okay, so we have this. Let's add another thing here. Color white, save it, and also add padding. Top padding 40 pixel, left right padding 20 pixel, save it. Okay, have to add some more styling here. Color should be white. Okay, so we have a pretty much everything. Now one thing I will gonna add here is the margin. It's look like that body have a margin. Yes, just as I suspected, because browser have its own CSS settings. Save it. Now perfect. So we have two links on the test.php. One is register.php. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to add the dot here. Now you can see registration page and the login page doesn't have the styling and everything. So obviously you cannot go page by page. Imagine you have a website with like 100 pages. You cannot go page by page and add the code, and over again you have to change it. You have to go through all the pages and make the simple changes. That's not how professional people do it. They store the code into a files where they can call this file separately into the page, and if they need a change they can just go to one file, make a change, and boom, all the 100 pages will take that change. So how do we do that? If you look at over here, we have starting and head. Till here we can create one file, then body. Inside we have header, we have content, we have footer. We can create header file, we can create footer file, and in footer file we can add this, and in header file we can add all the way from this to this. So let's create these files. Let's copy our test again, and this time we're gonna call it header. Again, copy, paste, footer, and let's open header and footer. Now header, we need everything till this part. Remove all this, save it. Sorry, it was a footer. Till footer we need all this code, save it. In the header we need all this code until this part, save it. Now if I come here for the page, the actual content which will gonna get changed is this content. Everything else will remain same, and even if there is some changes, like in header you have a navigation, you can write the code within the header file. So I'm gonna cut all this I'm gonna cut all this too. Now for this is the only part we need for every single page. So I will save it and I will gonna do the same. Let's come to login, remove all this, save it, remove all, and that's it. In test, now let's see how we can include the file. So there are a couple of functions in PHP that give you the ability to include the file. First is itself include. It take the path of the file. So since our test.php is in the same directory as our footer and header, we can simply say header.php and we can copy this, paste it here, footer. Now if I save it, come back and refresh, see, nothing has changed. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with the registration, login, registration, login, save. Now if I go back, refresh, go to login, you see, perfect. Now if I wanted to make a change, like this is header, if I wanted to say, if I go here, this is included header. If I will refresh, you see it will be included in every page. This is header, this is include header. That's the thing about the include function. This is the ability you can achieve, and see how simple code is. Now there is another thing. Let's say, let me close our header and footer. Let's say we have a folder include and we are moving our header and footer, which are the common files, into the includes. Now how we will gonna access it? We have to say includes, then header. Same for the footer, same for header, footer in every file. And now if I refresh, it is working fine. So that's the one function. There is another function which is require. So now you must be wondering what is the difference between require and include, right? So let me give you the example. The functionality of require and include is same. It's completely same. The only difference is the return, the way they handle the error. You use require only when you want to make sure that this file should be available, otherwise stop the entire script. So what this require does, if it doesn't find this file that we are looking for, let's say headers, I'm changing the name, and as you know, in include we don't have headers.php. We have header.php but do not have headers.php. Now if I go back, refresh, you see it is returning fatal error, require file opening required, and it stopped the entire application. Now if I change this to include and save it, and now you can see we are getting a warning, not the error. Warning is something in PHP that allow you to keep running the script. It will not gonna fail the script or crash the script, but it will give you the warning that this is something wrong. And as you can see, the script is still running. We have login, registration and everything, but because the header is missing, all the styles is gone. So this is the different. Require stop the script and return the fatal error, and include only return the warning and let you run the script. So this is the difference. And there is another function which is called require once. The difference is it will only gonna require the file for one time. If it is already available or already required or included, it will not gonna require or re-include it into your system. That's the difference of require once. So that's it for now. These are the all functions that we needed to know about the including of the files. If you have any question, let me know. Take care for now. Bye bye.